What's up guys, it's Neo here, and in this video I'm just going to be talking about The Last of Us, the demo that I saw at PAX Prime today. That was like the first thing I did. It took like about 2 hours just to see it, but it was well worth it because, well, it was a good experience. It was intense, so I just want to talk about that. The demo that they showed was basically the same one that you saw at E3, you know, the one that was like, everybody remembers the shotgun to the face. That was brutal. But it was basically, you know, in the demo at E3 you saw Joel and Ellie kind of sneaking into this, I don't know, like hotel kind of place, this really fancy hotel, and things were a little bit different in the demo. Right off the bat, as you may notice in the E3 demo, you saw Joel walk over to kind of this ladder that was already just sitting there after they got into the hotel. He climbed up, they climbed up the stairs, and then they ended up getting into some trouble with some thugs that were just there. That didn't happen in this demo. In this demo, it was like a 20-minute long demo. First thing that Joel did was that they came in, or it started off, you know, like where Ellie was like talking about the whole movie poster and stuff like that, the Dawn of the Wolf thing. But after that, when they got into the hotel, there was no ladder there. He's like, I guess we have to find it. So basically they kind of just walked around, we explored a little bit, and then they found the ladder. Now here's where it gets kind of because then the first thing you see is that the ladder's up there, and she's like, oh, if you can get me up there, I might be able to knock it down. Does that sound like anything familiar? Uncharted 3? Yeah, so I was a little worried about that. I was like, oh man, it's another press triangle, boost him up kind of thing. And then they were like, okay, I'll find something. So I was like, okay, that's a little different. They didn't just go ahead and do it. You actually had to find like a little like bed thing, and he wheels the bed to it, gets up on the bed, she comes up and he boosts her up and she gets the ladder and tosses it down, and then he carries it on. Then they go back up, and then they get into like the scene where, you know, like I said, all the thugs are around. But instead of like navigating through it and throwing the whole cocktail and all that, the Molotov cocktail and all that, they didn't actually do that. They kind of more went by the air vents or the air ducts that were on top of the roof, and ended up, you know, climbing in through some windows, taking some people out. And now when Joel takes out a guy, it's not like Nathan Drake, hey buddy, and he just snaps their neck. No, he actually has to like, like fight them and wrestle them, because it's a struggle. It's a survival fight. You know, it's a fight for survival. So it was a little bit more tougher than just snapping his neck like Nathan Drake. But then, you know, there was some other stuff in there too. Like I said, it's basically the same thing. They just took different routes. And so after they kind of take a different route, they end up kind of falling into this elevator shaft. Like they kind of jump onto it. And as soon as Ellie jumps onto it, she, like, you know, gets boosted up again by Joel. And she gets onto the other level because they're standing on top of the elevator. They're not actually inside it, they're standing on top of it, so he boosts her up. The next thing you know, cables snap, Joel falls down and actually breaks, I think he dislocates his left shoulder. And then, you know, it kind of just like ends up walking off. He's got his flashlight, he tells Ellie to stay up there, and the screen fades out to black, and then it says The Last of Us. That was basically the demo. I mean, I could describe what happened a little bit more with the thugs. I mean, basically what they did was kind of like, you know, show some of the melee combat, some of the other things like picking up items. There's a whole bunch of like new items for you to pick up. There's bottles, bricks, the pipe that's kind of laying on the ground. I was laughing. I was dying when he picked up the pipe. Like on the inside, I wasn't laughing out loud, but like when he picked it up, it looked all natural. He picked it up. Then when he put it behind him, he was like, and it just kind of like landed like right on his pack, like on the side, like on his backpack. I'm like, there's not even a strap there. It's like when Nathan Drake and them had their guns attached to their back, but there's like no holster or anything like that. It basically looked like that. He just kind of like had it right there on his side. He didn't really use it that much. I mean, he did. When he did, he just beat the living hell out of people, man. He just smashed their faces and stuff. He actually got taken captured. You can get taken captured, you know, kind of like the people holding you, how he was holding the guy kind of behind as hostage and had the gun to his head. That happened to Joel, but he actually ended up knocking the guy out and kind of ducking for cover. The person that was actually playing it was Arnie Meyer, I think. I don't exactly remember what Ari's position is at Naughty Dog, but he's one of the more bigger people than what was there last time. But yeah, basically that's pretty much what happened, guys. I mean, you kind of have to just see it for yourself. I can't really record it because it's on the inside. You're inside the booth watching it. But some things to notice, that the animations are really still smooth. The camera's a lot different. I mean, more so I think because your character can actually sprint now and crouch. But when you're sprinting, it seems like his backpack and his body movement is a little bit more shaky and really kind of draws you into the action. So Naughty Dog's very good with that cinematic. So I think we can expect big things from The Last of Us. So that was basically all that I could cover with The Last of Us. Like I said, you can just kind of run that through your head and talk about what it basically looks like. Just took some different routes in the building, pretty much all the same stuff that you saw at E3. But anyways, thanks guys for checking out this video. Leave a thumbs up and leave a comment if you're excited for The Last of Us, and I'll catch you guys later. Alright, see ya.